They hear me?
Oh, good day, sir.
Hey everyone, Cretaceous Dave here, and I have a small amendment to my last Campcast episode that I think was just uploaded yesterday. But it's something I can't believe I didn't think of or mention, especially since I'm a Woo guy. I'm all about him. I have, I think, justice for Woo or redemption for Roo. For Roo. Roo is the name of one of my dogs. For Woo in part of my name on Twitter. You guys know I want a movie about his whole story or a TV miniseries, something. Anyway, what the heck am I talking about? In the episode, when I went on my big spiel about the Barbasol can and who it can be, when I mentioned 1993, the only name I mentioned was Dodson. Well, today, during the Jurassic Park Podcast live stream, Blake mentioned, hey, I think that's Woo. And my face, while I'm watching my phone, went like this. So if you're only listening, I apologize because you can't see the face that I made. People on YouTube, hey, you got to see my face. Anyway, this guy right here, this isn't the real one. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, after he said that, I came here on this computer where I record my stuff. First thing I did was pull up YouTube and I searched for the clip of the hatching baby velociraptor because Woo was in that movie for like 3 minutes, the entire movie. And I watched Alan, Ellie, Ian, and Hammond. They come down the stairs, and Hammond says something to Woo. He's like, "Oh, hey," and then they're walking by. People are just paying attention to them because Woo's just this scientist they know nothing about, hanging out in the background. And he's, at first when I see him, like, oh, he's just wearing these gloves. He doesn't have a watch on. You don't know. He scribbles something down. He pulls the glove and he looks at his watch to write the time down. And I smiled with that bingo face watching that clip. I didn't even watch the rest of it. I just Command Q, quit out of the window. I have a Mac, so that makes sense. If you're a PC person, you have no idea. It's like Control Q if Q is to quit or exit. I have no idea. Anyway, computer stuff you don't care about. Like Grant, I hate computers. So, Woo has a watch, and now I'm like, it's him, because think about it. We don't see him at all the rest of the movie. So he easily could have figured out when they put two and two together, like, hey, somebody went in there and then everything shut down and Nedry is missing. Okay. I'm going to follow wherever he went. I'm going to go look for the Jeep. And to piggyback off of that and to get a little more context and to build this whole story together, people have floated around, and Brad, I'll mention Brad because I know he's mentioned it and he's been a big fan of this theory that he built up in his head. And now I'm starting to believe it, that Woo was there in San Jose, Costa Rica, and he overheard the conversation with Nedry and Dodgson. So he knew what the plan was. He didn't do anything about it, apparently. But once he realized Nedry failed or whatever happened, he immediately went. He followed. He saw the Jeep. However he escapes the Dilophosaurus, I don't know. Maybe it was just full from eating Nedry and it got away. He went, he looked, he found the can. I think the can looks rusty when they're holding it, but it's possibility that's just mud. We don't know. Those cans could rust really fast. That was actually a topic that went on for a while in the chat on the live stream. And it's not a joke. They really do. And it's not just Barbasol. It's like every can of shaving cream. I don't know if like the women's stuff is the same way, but guys' stuff, especially the very bottom of the can, it rusts like instantly. You could take it, you could put it next to your sink or your shower, and the next time you go in there, it's rusty. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we never see him leave the island either. So it's possible that once he retrieved the can, he then went to meet the people that Nedry was supposed to meet. And he's like, Nedry's not coming, but I got what you need. And then he meets up with Dodgson. He takes, the rest of Nedry's cut, or he negotiates something else like, hey, I got this and I've got all the information up here, and, whatever happens then, I don't know. I don't know if we see that in Camp Cretaceous. I don't know if we see that in Dominion. I'm just even more excited putting this all together. And it's with the help of other people making me realize, like, hey, this is what could be happening. But why are we seeing this in Camp Cretaceous? And what I'm thinking is Biosyn is going to get introduced in Camp Cretaceous. They're either going to be, acquiring Manticore, or they're taking their stuff, or there's still the possibility. I know I said I was against this theory. I didn't think it just because of the dinosaurs. But maybe they are this shady parent organization, and they were separated off into two companies for tax reasons, accounting reasons. There are a lot of reasons companies have two separate companies, but they're really the same company. Google isn't Google anymore. It's Alphabet, and they have like a million other companies under Alphabet. So it's entirely possible that Manticore now is Biosyn. And yes, I'm going back on what I said just, a month or so ago. But that's before I got a fraction of a second picture of someone holding a Barbasol can in a Camp Cretaceous teaser. So, I don't know. And my mind may change between now and July. I'll probably have my answer once Dominion rolls around. And I'm thinking, because Biosyn gets introduced, then we get this backstory about how they started, or maybe that's the other guys that Eddie was talking about back in season 1, and it ties up that loose end. And I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in my brain right now, because I'm just processing that's Wu holding onto that can. It's something I didn't think of, and I'm glad I read someone else mention that, because now it's all making sense to me. And as much as I love him, this is, I don't know. It totally changes his character. That a lot of people thought of him in the villain kind of way because of, first what he did with making the Indominus, but then seeing what he became, in Fallen Kingdom. But if he's been behind everything for the last 30 years and not just, doing InGen, maybe he's doing something, for Biosyn, because as far as he knew, his work was done. His career was over. Or he just sold them and said, we never talked. You don't know me. See you later. I don't know. I may record more on this as I have more thoughts, and I'll try to write them down. But, man, that's exciting to think about, right? And it could be a huge reason why season 5 is coming after Dominion, because you wouldn't want people, watching Camp Cretaceous season 5, and then that's a giant spoiler if that's going to be one of the shock moments in Dominion. Because, listen, not everybody, watches the show or pays attention to the show. But there are a lot of people that they don't watch the show because I don't want to watch a cartoon. It's too kiddie. It's not canon, whatever. But they'll still, listen to reviews or read reviews, or, on Twitter or other social media, they will see people talking about it. So once everybody's talking about Biosyn and the Barbasol can, all those people are going to be ticked that they didn't see it first in Dominion. So it's making more and more sense why season 5 is coming after Dominion. Or I'm completely wrong on everything, and it wouldn't be the first time. But anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. I just wanted to throw that out there really quick. Keep this under 10-15 minutes. And I want to know your thoughts. Chat with me on Twitter. Leave some comments. Yeah, I'm in shock now that I didn't think of that earlier. And I think my brain was stuck in 2016 mode, which was why I was breaking down, like, which characters have watches. But as soon as I was done, watching and listening to that live stream, I was like, I got to find out. I went and watched that clip, and yep, pulls his glove back and looks at his watch. It's like, bingo, that's it right there. It's Wu. So I'm probably wrong because now I'm convinced it's Wu. But anyway, hopefully this isn't ruining anything potentially for season 5 or for Dominion for you, because I'm dead serious. I know nothing about what's going on in Dominion other than what's in the trailer and the featurette and stuff like that. I don't read anything as potentially a spoiler, anything leaked like that. I don't want to know. I prefer going in knowing as little as possible. So I don't know. The things I'm saying are just things I'm thinking. It's the stuff coming out of my head. And if they end up being right, awesome. But also, sorry if you feel like something was spoiled. But yeah, I just want to be perfectly clear with that. I know nothing about Camp Cretaceous Season 5. I know nothing about Dominion. As much as I know about Wu in Dominion is he's got long hair and he's wearing a cardigan, and we see him for a total of about 2.5 seconds in 2 different video clips. That's not entirely true. I had a cameo video from BD Wong, and he talked for a while about, making that film and stuff like that. And he did say something that maybe he shouldn't have told me about a particular scene. He mentioned the exact date that they shot it and what was going on in the scene. Not, what was going on. Nothing that's going to ruin it. But he said some stuff that I wasn't sure if he should have said. But nothing super spoily, I promise. But that has nothing to do with anything at all that I'm talking about right now. It has nothing to do with flashbacks to 93 or to, Barbasol cans or anything like that. And now, sorry, tangent, way my brain works, sorry. If they do flashback to 93 and it's Wu and they use a de-aged BD Wong, that absolutely kills what he said on Twitter a few months ago when people asked about, a Wong prequel movie or anthology movie or something. And, he mentioned how old he is and that technology isn't good enough to do that. And now I just think that comment is hilarious if they actually do that to him in Dominion. It's easy to do in Camp Cretaceous. It's, it's animated. They could just make a younger Wu, but oh man, this is so exciting. I'm going to think about this more. If I think about anything else, I'll record more short videos about it. I love to hear your thoughts. Hit me up on Twitter, leave comments on this video, whatever, at Cretaceous_Dave or at Media Cretaceous. Email me your thoughts if you don't do Twitter or you don't want to comment on YouTube or whatever. It's cretaceousmedia@gmail.com. And that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. And I don't know. I don't know. It's Wu. Yeah, that's what my head's thinking right now. My heart doesn't want it to be Wu, but my head is thinking it's Wu. So stay safe, stay Jurassic. Everybody be nice to each other. And thank you so much. And I'll see you all next time.